Nashville, Tennessee. We've got a lot going on right now, and I'm really, really excited. Hey, Erika, how are you?
I did it. I'm so proud of myself.
I can't believe you've done it, and so well. Look at you. You're in the house. You're in the holy, hallowed house. Shh. Okay. You didn't leave. Hey, I would say that this is necessary. This was necessary and important. So, hey, I'm so glad. How are you? What's been going on?
Doing good, but wow, it's crazy to be here in an empty room without any activation of music. That's just disheartening.
It's got to be insane, right?
We're open, we're ready, and we're, looking forward to when we can reopen for sure.
Chomping at the bit, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you've been there for 12 years and you've seen a lot that has happened with the Bluebird.
I actually started here as a waitress in '84, 2 years
No way! That's a beautiful story. So how long?
Belmont.
Yeah, studying philosophy.
That's right. And you too?
How on earth? Yes, I was too. I was philosophy. Well, I made my own philosophy and American culture. And American culture was just me taking all the classes that I wanted to take anyway. So let's.
I love that. Well, my focus was German existentialism, and I had hoped to go and study Heidegger in Germany, but I ended up staying in Nashville.
Hey, you know what? There's still time, my dear.
Yes. And being in Berlin made it all kind of come back full circle and be real.
Which is so amazing. And this was your first time to Berlin this year?
First time, yes.
Tell me about it. How was that experience for you?
Oh my gosh. I mean, on every level, it was epic. For folks that got to come to our show, we were on a riverboat and is it the Spree? Is that how you say it? Spree, I think is the river.
I'm going to say yes. I'm an expert here.
Fans and friends, forgive me if I say it wrong. But we went up the river about, 45 minutes or so, and turned around and came back. It was an incredible bird's eye view of Berlin, both sides.
Awesome.
And
awesome.
And great fans, just so amazing. And I think that was really the gist of everything I would tell you is the fans were so fabulous. We showed our documentary there. Lots of people came up to me afterwards because they had seen me in the documentary and recognized me and said hello, how much they enjoyed it, how much they appreciated the Bluebird being there. So yeah, it was a great experience.
So tell me about the process of making that documentary. Like that must have been a huge undertaking.
Woo, it was. It really was. When I first took over the Bluebird, I really wanted to make a movie. None had been made about the Bluebird, and so it seemed like, wow, this is a great opportunity. But it took a very long time for kind of searching out the right folks to help with it, and found some folks that I actually had known who worked on the television show Nashville, moved from LA to Nashville, and then we met up in London at another country to country show and just started like brainstorming, and whew, we were off. So it took 2.5 years to film it.
I'm sure that's true.
Lots of footage still in the can, and great performance footage, and lots of people that didn't, get in who we wanted to get in. It was just, yeah, it's really incredible. And we're actually hoping for European distribution to come on board. Right now we've got awesome. US, Canada, and the UK. But
okay, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody just ordered the Blu-ray of the movie last week. Well, thanks, country girl.
Thank you.
Thanks for supporting the Bluebird Cafe. So you mentioned the show Nashville. So you were at the helm of the Bluebird when this transition happened. Now, I'm not going to say that everyone already knew about the Bluebird, because anyone that knew. But now even people that don't know about the Bluebird. So tell me about what it was like what kind of a bump you saw, and like how you managed, first of all, to get in, and second, to kind of bolster what songwriting is all about and how people interact with it.
Yeah. Well, I can actually, it's funny you say that, because I can remember exactly where I was when I got the phone call from Steve Buchanan saying, he was one of the executive producers, said, hey, we're making a television show about the city of Nashville called Nashville. Would you want the Bluebird to be involved? And it was like, what? And I had known Steve, who ran the Grand Ole Opry for a long time, I had known
Sure.
him since I had first been working in music. And so I knew he had a lot of integrity. And so for the Bluebird to be involved in that show, they would do it right. And,
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
and they really did. They really did. When
Oh, no.
the cast first signed on, they all came here.
Yeah.
Callie Corey, who wrote the show, she
Yeah.
was very much like, she would have them call me, like Claire would call me and be like, how would the waitresses write their tickets? And
Awesome.
they came in, and you know that from the stories that they built a set exact replica.
Yes.
Took all of our pictures off the wall, put them on the set, the same
Wow.
exact location.
Yeah.
So it was very gratifying that they took that so much to heart, because they really believed that the Bluebird was essentially a cast member and really
Sure.
portrayed the story of songwriters in Nashville. So that
Sure.
was great. And to your point earlier, you know, what happened for us was an onslaught. It was like a tidal
Sure.
wave of
I can't imagine.
people, and many people, mostly because of the celebrity. You know, they just wanted to see the Bluebird. They didn't know if it was real. They just wanted to be here. They wanted to come in, maybe have a beer, but what, they had to come to a show. They didn't understand that. But
Sure.
what that did for us, Kenny, was it made an opportunity. And just like you said, it was a way for people that maybe didn't understand necessarily what part songwriters play in Nashville. They got to come here and be converted into songwriter fans. And honestly,
Sure.
95% of those people that came here not knowing what to expect walked out with tears in their eyes saying, I had no idea. I had no idea what this was about. So it was
Absolutely.
cool. It was a great opportunity.
It's interesting. What do you think? I mean, you've been in the game a long time. Do you think now is particularly ripe for people? I mean, we're in the information age. Everything is at everyone's fingertips. Do you think now is the time where people are sort of digging in and finding out, look, I understand that I love these songs, but these songs came from somewhere, and maybe like want to find the source? People are more worried about their food, where their food comes from and where their energy comes from.
Yeah.
Do you think that they're kind of, is that carrying over into music? Do you feel that?
I think that that sense of searching for authenticity is real. And I think that's part of the appeal of the Bluebird is there's a wrong chord, or somebody forgets a song, or, you know, a chair falls. I mean, it's all happening right there for real. And I
Sure.
think we all get sort of the big show, or the online situation where you feel far away. But the Bluebird is really designed to make people feel near the music and close to what you're saying, the source of the song, and to be able to connect with that.
Absolutely. Yeah, my buddy Steve, he's been in rock bands for years, and he's done the big thing. And he said, honestly, right now, everyone knows that you can kind of put any dummy in front of some video screens and you can make a pretty cool show. And he said, but this right here, this is probably the only cool thing left. And I thought that was a really, really neat statement to make about, so what is it about you and your character and your tie to the Bluebird? Like why do you care about songs so much?
It's a funny question to ask, just because I think it's a very big answer that feels intrinsic. It's like, well, what helps you get up in the morning? What do you turn on when you're in the shower to sing with Freddie Mercury? How do you make your day and shape it? And how do you, sort of traverse through your own emotions if you're not having music and song? So for me, we have several folks that work in the office, and they're dedicated, working on admin stuff all the time. People think that maybe we just start working at 5 o'clock when the door opens. No, we're working all day on many things. And the folks in the office, myself too, one of the things that keeps us going is coming down here. You can go like 3 or 4 days and you're like to tear your hair out with the phone calls and the emails and all of that. And then you come down and you hear something like The House That Built Me by Tom Douglas in this room. And it's just like, that's why we're doing this. That,
Yeah.
and I see people walk out of here, you know, emotionally moved by having heard their song. A great story, Marv Green, who wrote Amazed. We had a couple who had come in, they'd gotten 2 seats. It was their wedding anniversary. That was their wedding song. They couldn't wait to hear Marv play that song. He didn't play it.
Oh no.
But he went back in the corner when he heard their story after the show, and he played it for them in the corner, just the 2 of them.
That's great.
Those are the kind of things that you remember why we all do this. You know, it's not it's music, it's song, it's stories, it's the connection between people.
Yeah. Yes. So yes, I mean, I'm a man about those things too. So 2 things. One thing, a story. The first time I played the Bluebird was in the round. It was on a round, I think, with Daisy Mallory, I think was who brought me on. Wow. And I sang a song called Between You and Me, and about a relationship on the rocks, and sort of wanting to, the hook is wanting to traverse the ocean between the 2 of them, like both of them trying to get to that point. And I got a message in my Facebook from a guy in Ohio, and he was there with his wife, and they didn't know anybody that was on the round. They just got a ticket as per usual. And he wrote to me and he said, we were there. That was kind of our last gasp as a couple, to try to figure out if we were going to make it or not. And we were pretty sure that we weren't. And then there was something in that song as you were singing, and I reached over and I held her hand, and we've been together and never been stronger ever since. And so, and that was something that happened in that space, in the space that is the Bluebird Cafe. And so here's the question, I guess, that I want to put to you. Obviously, you believe in the power of this connection, but is there something about the format itself, in keeping it small, in keeping it intimate? You can't really scale that up, can you? I mean,
no, I don't think so. I think in cases where we bring the show out, like we did in Berlin, or some of our shows in Europe or out on the West Coast, we can replicate a lot of that just by the sort of grassroots kind of performance. So I don't completely rule it out in certain situations. For us, and for what the core is, no. People will always ask me, like, why don't you expand? Why don't you get bigger? No, it wouldn't work. It would be then another room. This room is that experience. And I mean, it's interesting to think about now with, you know, we're closed. We hope to reopen soon. What does that look like? Is it half of the capacity we have now? Obviously, people don't want to be cuddled up together right now. And so it's interesting to think about, you know, how we will adapt to be able to work within what's happening externally, and yet still keep that vibe internally. Yeah,
of course. Well, and part of the intimacy of that room is that everyone's so close to each other. And so I'm sure that's an interesting thing to traverse over the next couple of weeks that we're talking about. Let me go ahead and say, in this interim, which most of us musicians and songwriters know is a little bit more difficult than others, there is a way to help the Bluebird right now if you want to. We do a charity piece here, and we flipped the script on you a little bit today, but we wanted to highlight Bluebird Designs, which is what you guys are doing through your jewelry care.
Our bracelets.
Yeah, to try, your bracelets, to try to figure out, because there is, through COVID-19, the sales help support your guys' operations. Can you tell us a little bit more about that with Bluebird Design?
Yeah. Well, we partnered. This is a brainchild of our merchandise and marketing manager, Liana Alpino. We partnered with an organization called Strings of Hope, and they bring in women who need work, and from a variety of unfortunate situations, and they take old guitar strings and make the bracelets. So Liana had her eye on these bracelets for some time, and we figured this was a way that we could create something to help people stay connected with us, something that was easy to mail. We didn't need a shipping warehouse or anything like that. And it's a good cause. It's like a double great thing, you know, to be able to help support their business and also ours. So we have several different kinds. One of them is actually a leather cuff
Yeah.
that has Bluebird Cafe on it. That's actually made by Carlene Watt, who is also a songwriter and works in our
And
office.
works. Yes, of
Yeah,
course.
so
Well, that's great. Yeah.
you know, it's sort of like a great, and you know this, Kenny. One of the things that the Bluebird is very committed to is community benefits. We'll do we do a month for a live hospice, our hospice, but we'll do probably a show a week or so as a benefit for a nonprofit. So we're very committed to the community and to being able to give back, as the songwriters are. I mean, you don't find a songwriter in town that isn't willing to contribute to a live hospice or many causes. So this is a way that we could kind of continue that sort of philanthropic outreach while still being able to help generate some revenue for us.
Which is great. And I've seen some of the comments down here. Everyone's already looking into it. People love the cuff, and some people already have it on order. So I think that's really fantastic and another way to do it. So I've got to be honest. We've had, okay, one more question. What do you think it is about honoring music in the way that the Bluebird does that draws in community, that draws in care, that draws in this connectivity? Is it because music has that nature, or is it because you want to make sure that people recognize that music has that nature?
Well, that's an interesting question.
I'm full of them.
Yeah. Are you good at your gig? I don't know if I'm going to answer correctly, but some of the elements of, and we were talking about it earlier, of how this room operates, I think all tie in together. So I don't think it's one thing. I think it's the fact that, you know, you, Kenny, are sitting next to this man who has this situation, and there's no green room. There's no, you know, you're here. Vince Gill is here. You know, everybody, when they come to play the Bluebird, they're right there. So the audience not only connects through the music, which is just like sometimes gasp worthy, but it's also that, you know, Vince Gill will cut a joke with somebody sitting at a table, or even if he's talking to this person, somebody across the room sees that and sees a part of his character. And all of a sudden the music becomes human and elevated and very, I don't know, I think it's a direct kind of touch. And that is very different, obviously, than a larger show. So you get to see humanity in a lot of ways of the people that you love, and the people that are not only considering their own story, but your story too.
Absolutely.
Of it.
Well, it's...
Did that answer?
No, stop. It's a philosophical quandary, one that we're going to continue to roll over and over again. Yeah, we just need to have coffee and parse that out at some point. I have the strange feeling.
Someday when people can actually have coffee again.
Can't wait. Can't wait for it. Okay, so now we're going to switch gears just a little bit. We do this thing, and I warned you about this, but we have a thing that we call Wheel of Fill Timers. And so what you have to do is click the little sparkly guy on your phone right there, and it should bring up a long list of things. And just,
oh yeah, I see it.
Yeah, he's got little sparkles next to him. I was thinking about having a conversation about. Here we go.
Does it just do it itself?
Oh, yeah, look at you. There it is. I think that's absolutely it. Okay, my mouth isn't really moving. Yes, it is a little bit. Yes! You're so rock and roll. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's see if I got... I don't know it.
Oh,
hey, but
how do I get
okay,
there?
well, I want to talk to... I think the bunny's really nice, actually. The bunny's... Okay, so let's have a conversation now about... let's see. How about...
You make me think of a guru now, and I can't really... function.
I don't know. I'm just thinking. So how about I am at the Bluebird and I'm sitting for the first time, and maybe I should have a different look on my face. Hold on. No. We're gonna stick right here. I'm at the Bluebird for the first time. I've never been there. Will you come wait on my table real quickly? Will you welcome me? Yes. Go back in time to your waitressing days of the Bluebird and welcome me to the thing.
Oh, right now?
Yeah, let's do it. As a bunny. Okay. Here we go.
Okay. Here's
Hello, I am here for first time. What is this place?
welcome to the Bluebird Cafe.
Oh, yes.
We are a songwriter's listening room. So if you talk very loudly, we will shush you.
Oh, I do not like being shushed. I do not like the shushes.
Then
No.
perhaps you'd like to go to Tootsie's.
Oh, oh, Nashville burns. I love it. I love it. Okay, well, thank
no
you.
harm, no foul. If that's your thing, I have given people Ubers to other places if they don't want to listen, and I get that. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you want to do a shot, and whoa, all that to say,
I understand.
we're a listening room, and we protect songwriters and support songwriters, because without songwriters, we don't have a music. We don't have a music industry. We don't have music. Songwriters are really the key, and welcome to Nashville, because that's what we're all about.
Oh, that is great. See, it's almost as if they are in the core of a human, in the core of a person. You are saying this song is the core of the music, yes?
I need another. Yeah.
Oh my! You are sucking so loud now.
That scares me.
Anyway, you're a blast. You're a blast.
No, I can't.
You can do it. It's so good. Oh, slide all the way to the. Well, actually, you know what? You should have been like that the whole time. That was very sparkly, very full of love. If you will permit me, one of the things that we normally do. You didn't bring a guitar or anything. Would you want to sing for us? Did you?
No.
If you'll permit me.
I have sung on.
I know you have. I had a strange feeling you might. I was going to do a tune for us, and then I know you have one more thing that you're going to leave us with. So if you don't mind, I will do a song here.
Play a song.
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, I'm going to feel like I'm at the Bluebird. I can see it. I mean, I would normally not be turned around and stared at that wall, but. So this is a song I've played at the Bluebird. This is a song that I've played at Tin Pan South. I have not released this song yet. But it is going to be most likely on my next record. And there was a note. I'll save the story. When I played it for the first time, there was a guy who came up and said something about it. So,
all right, I'm circling back.
This is called "Said to Somebody." So here we go. Hell yeah, I'd love to go fishing. It looks heavy, I better not lift it. I hear that, been there too, now sleep on it. If I was you, careful when you're playing with magic. Go on, chase that dream, you might catch it. Hold my beer, watch this dude, I think I'm gonna make mine. And I'm still up, if you wanna come over, I got to. If you need a shoulder, it's alright, no big deal. Give it time, that heart will heal. You're almost there, man, don't go ditching. I'm right here and I ain't quitting. Got your back, I ain't mad, I'm sorry. Things you wish you said to somebody. Yeah, things you wish you said to somebody. You might be the prayer I've been praying. Take your time, I don't mind waiting. You're the best, change my mind, I'm thinking you're good and wise. And I know we can make this work, 'cause you're one bridge that I won't burn. You're gone, either way, I love you till my dying day. Anything to end this fight, 'cause this whole thing can't end tonight. Yeah, you're right, I'm sorry. Things you wish you said to somebody. Yeah, things you wish you said to somebody. I see it now and I was wrong. Damn, I wish you'd come back home. Call a cab, leave your car. You're beautiful the way you are. Yeah, heaven's waiting, don't be scared. Everyone you love is there, I'm proud of you. Miss you too. Goodbye. Things you wish you said to somebody. Yeah, things you wish you said to somebody. Don't let them be the thing you wish you said. Just one of those things wish you said.
Bravo!
Hey! It's
Our
like we're at the
live
Bluebird.
performance at the Bluebird, finally. A performance after a
It's
month.
happened. Even digitally. It's so fantastic. Hey, Erika, thank you so very much for joining us today on Quarantine with Kenny. You're a delight. We wish you all the best in reopening and being smart about that and being caring, but then also getting this train back on the tracks, because we all need to be music and feel loved by music and be in the presence of music once again. Am I right?
True, very true. Well, this has been great. Thank you so much for including me. Thank you to all the fans who listened in. And
Thank you guys for
we hope
tuning
to
in.
see everybody here at the Bluebird soon.
You better believe it. So, Erika, you have one more thing for us, and we
What
always
is that?
end up with,
What am I doing?
you have a joke for us. Am I right? Did you bring us a joke? It was going so well.
I forgot.
It was going so well.
I forgot the joke. Rats.
I mean, I can tell one in your stead if it makes you feel
Would you do that?
any better. Yeah,
I
I think I
promise
can
I'll
do
laugh.
that for you. No. You promise you'll laugh. Okay, let me think of one.
I'm sorry I let you down on the joke.
Oh, stop it! You didn't let me down. You showed up. We had all of the right things. How about what do you call a fake noodle?
Fake noodle. I don't know.
An impasta.
I was thinking something about macaroni, but it
Hey,
didn't work.
I didn't say it was going to be good. I just said it needed to happen. So, hey, thank you so much again, Erika. Hugs and kisses. We'll hope to see you very, very soon. And be good to yourself during this time, okay?
Thanks. Be safe, everybody. Thanks, Kenny.
Okay, cheers. Thank you all. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.